We're in the Immaculate Conception Center in Douglaston. We're going to start the second and last day of the Pope John Paul I Centenary Conference. And it's called the True Pope John Paul I because we're trying to strip away these myths and misunderstandings about his life and his death.
Ever since I was little, every time I would visit my cousins in Vittorio Veneto, they'd have pictures of John Paul I, and I wondered, why do they have this Pope on the wall? And after time, I learned more about him, and when I entered the seminary, I started to try to read his writings and hope I would become a priest, half the priest that he is.
The sad and tragic thing in America is that people remember the brevity of his pontificate and the sudden death, as well as all of the rumors and conspiracy theories that deal with the passing of the Pope.
Pope John Paul I is becoming a folk hero for all the wrong reasons to certain people. And they're able to do this because there's a vacuum. They're making up a pope for themselves who didn't exist, and they don't know the real person because nobody has told them.
That's not what we should remember. We should remember here an extraordinary man who the world understood to be very humble and meek. And yet what I think very few people understand is that throughout his career, he demonstrated time and again that he was a very decisive man, that he was willing to take unpopular positions on things, and that he was very, very firm in his convictions and his beliefs, and he never compromised those.
Sapeva godere anche di tutte le belle cose della vita, sapeva godere di un bel paesaggio, della natura, di un bel pezzo di musica, un buon film. C'era una persona che sapeva veramente apprezzare ciò che era bello e soprattutto cercare il positivo dappertutto, anche nelle situazioni più difficili.
Some of the things that in the popular imagination, in England at least, John Paul II takes credit for, I think actually stem from John Paul I. The simplification of the papal style, doing away with the sedia gestatoria, this kind of thing. It doesn't sound very much now, but at the time it was quite revolutionary.
Someone once said that Pope Luciani smiled more in 5 minutes than Paul VI had in 15 years.
Il suo sorriso era proprio un'espressione dell'amore verso gli altri, un modo per accogliere gli altri con affetto. Per me è stato il mio secondo padre e quindi è come se fosse morto non uno zio ma un padre.